Hi, I'm Everett Abrams, the Wizard of Wood, and here we are at a log cabin that we were tasked with. It's a little bit of a challenge. Homeowner is going to sell the cabin. Don't want to put a lot into it, but we also want it to look good. So how are you going to get it to look good without taking it all the way down? That's the ideal way, and we did give them a price for that. They were given some crazy prices, low. Like $8,000 to stain this whole thing. You got repairs and you got some other stuff going on, but we'll take a look at all that stuff. But the challenge is you got new wood, old wood, and not taking it all the way down. This is not a stain that I would normally use either, but it's already on there, so we're going to use the stain they've used to put on there. It's a two-part. I am not a fan of two-part products where you put on the stain and a clear. To me, that's more for interiors than exteriors. They just don't hold up as well. So that's just my feeling from the Wizard of Wood. I'm not a two-part guy. So if you look behind me, we have we had some leaks. So we got some new chinking and new logs. We got new wood behind us. We have some old stain on some of it. We're going to take a look and see what we can do there to kind of match that up. And I'll show you what we would do. Because basically what they did was they took like a honey color or a natural with a little bit of tint and put that on there so they have it kind of light. But the thing is, over time it kind of darkens a little bit, and if you were to put that on now, and I'll show you where I put on a sample of it, it's much lighter and brighter, and you can see the difference today. So what I did was I got some of the next color up, and I think it was amber or whatever the tone was, to use as a tint in the honey tone, so that I can match up with what was there, with new wood to old wood. That's what exterior wood restoration is all about, is being able to match up your stains and so forth. Will they be perfect? Probably not, but will they be noticeable? Not really. Like if you're driving down the road here, you wouldn't notice the difference. You notice the difference when you get up close. So that's what we're tasked with on this job. So underneath this two-part stain also is a lot of organic growth, algae, mold, mildew. So we've had to use a product. We don't want to strip it all the way down, so we use one of our products called Restorer that actually takes it down, but not takes it completely off. So we did that in some areas, and some areas we just cleaned it like we normally would, and we're going to recoat as we would maintenance. But we have to get that organic growth off. And then on some we took, if you look over here, we have the Osborne brushes on the ground. The guys are off while I'm doing this video. And we were Osborne brushing the ends and stuff where the organic growth is. So anyway, let's take a walk around, all right? On the one side of the house, and this is what I'm talking about, there's a little bit going on. If we look over here, we have on the dormer, two logs that are rotted at the roof edge. That happens a lot where it wicks up and it rots the wood. So we're gonna replace those two logs, put on chinking, put chinking in between the logs and redo that, patch up that and fix that area. And then here, as you can see, there's a little bit more of the darker color I was alluding to out front, a little more consistent. Some of these areas, we're just going to put the clear coat over top, and some of them we're going to put the new coat and then the clear on top. But you'll see that as we go around. We're going to have to take each area differently. So whatever we do on this side, we would do on this side only. So maybe we might do the same thing on the other side, but we're going to do the whole thing on this side. And what we did out front where the new logs are, we're going to do something different to get this match up so that they can, you know, make it presentable to sell it, like I said, without media blasting it or stripping it, taking it all the way down. All right, let's go around the back and take a look at that. So if you look at this, we see some rich color on the back, some rich color up top. Okay, so that pretty much just needs a little clear on that, and we should be able to go. However, when we look over here, we can see some areas. There was a lot of organic growth, and we can see where we had to take it down a lot, and it's a lot lighter. Where it's a lot lighter, we're going to have to put a coat of stain on it and then put on the clear coat. So we're going to have to use that to match it up. Now, we don't need to put two coats on like we would if we were doing fresh, brand new wood, or we were doing this from originally, or if we had taken it all the way down. So we're just going to do that over here. All right, let's go take a look at the side, and I'll show you what it looks like and how we determined what we were going to do here. So we went around the whole side from the front over. And again, there was a leak. They had to put some gutters up, fix all this, put some new logs and chinking. Why they didn't ask us to do it, I don't know. But they thought we were only a restoration company. Didn't realize we do all of this stuff, which is fine because the person that did this does other work as well. It's all good. It was really excellent work. If you look over here, you see that kind of golden color. Like I said, it was called honey. And then the clear coat, we're going to put the clear coat back on everything, on the whole house. But some of it, we're just going to use the clear coat to enhance that, and I've already done that in some areas. So here we have the new wood, and we're tasked with matching that with the old. It's always the challenge, but that's what restoration is, exterior restoration. So what happened is, if you look over here on a test I did, this is the honey right here with a clear. It's not going to work. This is why I'm going to put a little bit of amber on for the new wood to get it closer to this. So I use the next tone up of this product to get this a little bit darker, but this is how I could figure out what I was going to need. If I had done what they did originally, or how it was originally done, that's what this cabin actually looked like. But over time it darkens up and it looks like this. So I need to match up the old stuff since I'm not tasked with removing the whole thing. Now, just so you know, price-wise, I would tell you that this whole house, the estimate was north of $24,000 to redo the whole thing. As far as doing part of it, it was a little more than half of that to do what we're tasked with, but they had estimates that were $8,000 and less, which actually comes to $2 a square foot to clean, restore, and stain this entire cabin. Plus, you got the repairs and stuff. So I don't know where some of these people are, but you know, painters typically charge what? On the cheap end too, just to paint. We're here, we're restoring something, and it's a little technical. And then from we do wood restoration, I mean $3 a square foot and up to restore a log cabin. So I'm not so sure where these people get their prices or what they're going to do, but the homeowner actually was scared off by the other contractors because they were too low. So you come into a cabin like this, these people are very educated, those customers, and they know what things should cost and what the work is and so forth. So when you come in and you lowball something, just because you're trying to get work or whatever reason you're doing it, or you just don't know, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb. People expect that this is going to be a higher cost or price to do this type of work. And then obviously our reputation preceded itself because we were referred by 2 other people. And then of course people check you out on the internet and they hire you actually before you get here. And that's kind of how this whole thing worked out. So that's a recap of our exterior wood restoration on this particular log cabin. Every one of these jobs is like a snowflake. They're all a little different. For me, I would have loved to take this whole thing down and start over. That's not what we were tasked with. And then also working within a budget with a customer. That's why you're the wizard of wood, because you're able to do stuff like this, match it up, intermix stains, tint, that kind of stuff, and that's what we do. So, Everett Abrams, the Wizard of Wood, thank you for going around this cabin and looking at it with me, and thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We appreciate everyone watching.